We are going even further into the quantum realm, ladies and gentlemen, in this video. Full kit and stats for Ghost, reworks for Ant-Man and Wasp, and we get the stats and T4 upgrades for the rest of this Pym Tech team, and we're going to take a look at them in action. And if all that sounds good, ladies and gentlemen, find that like button, and you know what to do. Let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin, and in this video, we're going to take a look at a lot of things, guys. First off, we're going to take a look at the full kit and stats for the newest character of this Pym Tech team, Ghost. Yes, rumors confirm Ghost is coming to Marvel Strike Force. We're also going to take a look at the reworks to Ant-Man, the reworks to Wasp, and the full stats for the rest of this Pym Tech team. Stature, Yellowjacket, we're going to take a look at their stats, their T4s. We know they're full kits, but we're going to take a look at their stats and T4s, and then we're going to take a look at some footage of this team in battle. So if all that sounds good, let's go take a look at Ghost first. All right, and here's the final member of that Pym Tech team, Ghost. And first off, character model looks a little weird. If we look at her scroll around, looks kind of odd, but I guess that's not wrong for the character. It just looks a little weird. Let's take a look at these stats though, or these tags here. Villain, Global, Tech, Controller, Pym Tech, and Aspiring. So I'm thinking this is some kind of limited time trait. So maybe this is an event release character just by this Aspiring tag. But let's go take a look at her stats. First thing we want to take a look at, and these are stats based on, as you can see here, level 75, 7 gold stars, 4 red stars, gear tier 14, and all maxed out with the abilities here. So let's go take a look at the stats. And first thing let's point out is the health, 129 base at that level. Now, average for this level is 170k, so she is far below the average. Damage, the average is 15k, she's at 11, so pretty low damage for a character, but she is a controller, so not expecting a lot of damage, not comparable to a blaster or a brawler. Armor 8,000, right around the average there. Focus is around 7,000. She's a little bit above the average of 6,600. Resistance is 6,100, a little bit above the average of 55k. And if we look, she has a dodge chance there, and I think that is from her passive, but she does have that 25% dodge chance, and that makes a difference with the rest of her kit, as we'll see. And important number that I think I glossed over is their speed. Average is 106, so a little faster than the rest of the roster there. Let's take a look. Let's start with her basic here. Intangible strike. And actually, let me move my camera so you can see what the T4 does. And if we can see, very disappointing T4. 50% extra damage to the primary target with the T4, and she already has a very low base health, so I don't think this is a T4 that you should be investing in, but what the skill does, attacking the primary target, 300% damage, and reducing speed bar by 25%. I love those kind of basics. That's a pretty strong basic, guys. This is looking like a strong character as we take a look at the rest of her kit, not from the basic, but from the rest of what she does. You guys are gonna love this passive. Right. Fatal Flux is her special, 4 out of 4 on the cooldown, available on turn 1. And again, only 50% damage to the primary target with the T4. So with that low base damage, this is not a T4 that I would recommend, but let's take a look at the skill. The skill is pretty good. Applying 2 random negative effects to the primary target. That is pretty good. Reminiscent of Sign Supreme with those random negative effects. Transfer 1 positive effect, excluding taunt. So kind of like that Strife basic here where you're transferring a positive effect. Then you're going to attack the primary target, 320% damage. So that is good. And hopefully when one of the effects you apply is a defense down, and that goes in that order, the very, very strong special there. And also gaining 2,000 extra focus plus 2,000 extra focus per Pym Tech ally. And I think that is very important to apply those negative effects, especially if you're going up against a defense up. And when you're trying to transfer that positive effect from the, or when you're trying to apply the negative effect, we're trying to transfer that positive effect to yourself. So that focus is gonna make a difference. So all the focus, the better. So she's getting some focus for this one. That is her special. Looks pretty good, guys. And 4 out of 4 with the cooldown, and T4 not that great. All right, let's take a look at the T4 for this before we talk about the skill itself. 60% damage to all enemies, which is above that baseline of about 50% for an AoE attack. So right there, it is above the baseline. Even with her low damage, probably a pretty good T4, but you're also stealing an additional 5% health from all enemies. That is good, because not only does that steal it, that takes away health from the enemies, it applies it to your character, heals up your character, and you're getting 2,000 additional health for Pym Tech allies, and that's not a very big difference. You know, it's a flat number. I like percentage-based numbers because over time, those percentage-based numbers will grow with the characters, whereas just a flat number like this, a little disappointing. But let's take a look at the skill itself. 3 energies at the start, 5 turn cooldowns available on turn 2, attacking all enemies, 350% damage with that T4. Then you're going to prolong all negative effects by 1 on each target. I love that, kind of like a Scarlet Witch attack there. Then you're going to steal health from all enemies. So 15 with a T4, 10% without the T4, and redistributing it to all Pym Tech allies. That is good. All Pym Tech allies receive an additional 4,000 health. That's pretty weak. An additional 2,000 with that T4. And this will bypass heal block. So that is not bad. And it's unavoidable. Cannot be blocked. So yeah, this is a pretty decent move, and it's probably worth a T4 if you're investing in Ghost. And when you see her passive, especially for what it applies to Dark Dimension, you might want to be investing in Ghost. These are from some very strong passives that she could do, or some very strong effects that her passive gives the team when you're in Dark Dimension. All right, on turn, gain evade. Yeah, she's gaining evade every time she takes a turn. So that is at least 1 attack, unless it's unavoidable or undodgeable. That she's skipping because of this passive here, and it gets even better. We haven't even got to the Dark Dimension part, guys. On allied Pym Tech dodge, heal that ally for 15% of this character's max health. And yeah, we got some dodgy characters on this Pym Tech team, so she could be applying a lot of healing, and this is based on her max health. So the more gold stars you can put into her, the more red stars you can put into her, the higher you could gear her up, the better it is, not just for her, but this entire team. So this passive is very important. Gaining 25% dodge chance. There was that dodge chance that we saw in her base stats there. Gaining 100% chance to counterattack. That is very good. And let's look at these. This is a wall of text for Dark Dimension, ladies and gentlemen. All right, on allied Pym Tech dodge, instead of healing, instead you're going to heal all Pym Tech allies for 15%. So instead of that ally, that dodge, everybody. So this could be a lot of healing that's stacking up in Dark Dimension, guys. If this character has 3 or more Pym Tech allies, and she should when she's on a full Pym Tech team, when an enemy gains a positive effect, 75% chance to steal that effect and apply it to a random Pym Tech ally. And it says steal, not copy. So I'm thinking if it works like it's worded, you're gonna take it off the enemy, put it onto somebody on your team, just in Dark Dimension though. So you may not be able to test this out for a little while, but that is how it's supposed to work. Let's see how it actually works when it's in game though. On any Pym Tech ally's turn, apply evade to that ally. So lots of evades going around in Dark Dimension 3, ladies and gentlemen. And on enemy's turn, applying offense down to that enemy. So like Yo-Yo, she's got so many skills, so many versions of kits rolled into hers. She's also gaining more speed, 10% extra speed, and all the Pym Tech allies are also gaining extra speed. This is a strong passive, guys. This is a very good character in Dark Dimension, especially on that full Pym Tech team. But let's go take a look at the reworks to her allies. Let's start with Ant-Man. And here is Scott Lang taking a look at his skills here. We're not going to see his base stats, not included in the video, but in the notes, it did say his base health and armor stats were increased by 12%. So let's take a look at the rest of this footage here. The biggest change come to his passive escape plan here. So this is the same. The on spawn, apply evade to Wasp if she's an ally. On turn, 25% chance to gain evade. That is up from 15% now. So that is improved. All right, in a non-Pym Tech hero ally turn, 30% chance to gain assist now, but I think you're going to be wanting to use him on a Pym Tech team. So on a Pym Tech ally turn, 60% chance to gain assist now. So that is a lot better than 30. If this character does not gain assist now, apply assist now to the ally Yellowjacket. So somebody's gaining assist now. Hopefully it's Yellowjacket. Hopefully it's that 30% or that 40% that Yellowjacket gains, because I'm assuming as a blaster, he's going to have a little bit more base damage and doing a little more damage with that assist. So it's probably good if Ant-Man does not gain that assist. Now, in Dark Dimensions, so more Dark Dimension stuff here, guys. On spawn, if this character has 4 more Pym Tech allies, so on a full Pym Tech team, apply evade to self and Pym Tech allies. So yeah, he's doing that on spawn. Ghost is doing that on turn. Let's keep taking a look at the rest of his stats. Now, it says here that on his ultimate, damage is increased for all levels. So you can take a look at the stats there, guys. And this is level 7, 40% damage to all targets. You could look at it compared to what's in game right now, but all damage was increased is what my notes are telling me for this ultimate right here. We take a look at his special, and that is the important one, Gum in the Works. As I start to scroll this through here, all this stuff is old, but instead of attacking the primary target, 220% damage. It says 260 here, it says 300 in my notes. Usually when there's a discrepancy, we go by what is in the game footage. So I'm thinking it's 260, but there is a slight chance it could be 300. But either way, it is a more damage to this ability. Applying ability block for 2 turns. That was always there. Cannot be dodged, cannot be blocked. Now he's gaining assist from Wasp 100% of the time. So lots of assists, lots of synergy on this team. That is his ult special. His basic also increased damage at level 7 from 270 to 300% damage. So a little more damage here, and that is Ant-Man getting a little more damage, getting some slight improvements. Let's go take a look at his cohort in crime, Wasp. All right, as we take a look at Wasp, notes indicate that improved base health and armor stats also increased by 12, and flat across the board. Everything that she had to do with charge, that charge mechanic, she's just gonna gain those abilities now. So let's go take a look and see what that actually means in her skills, ladies and gentlemen. First thing we're gonna take a look at is, let's see what it is. It is her passive, Shrink here. Gaining that 25% dodge chance. She already had that. It used to say on dodge, she would gain charge, but she's just going to gain all the benefits from charge anyway. So the only additional thing here is all this Dark Dimension stuff on spawn. If this character has 4 more Pym Tech allies, so pretty much full Pym Tech team, like a lot of the rest of the passives, applying immunity for 2 turns to self and all Pym Tech allies. So harder to get to these guys with that immunity on there. And they're having evade from Ant-Man. So hard to get these guys on turn 1. Let's move on to her ultimate, and the only notes I have for her ultimate is that the Flight of the Wasp is that damage was increased for all ability levels. Everything else should be the same here. Blasters, this is a big one because this used to have a lot of interaction with that charge mechanic. Now that charge mechanic is not into play, so this is still a 4-turn cooldown, so multiple charges possible every time she does this per battle. Attacking the primary target, 280% damage. That is up from 250% damage. Now she's just applying that stun. She does not need to be charged for that because that is removed from her kit. And now she's bonus attacking for 2 times for 230% damage. Previously, it said bonus attack 1 to 2 times for 200% damage, and then she would lose the charge, all that stuff. So she's just bonus attacking 2 times, 230% damage. So the damage got increased there on her special. Let's go take a look at her basic because that got reworked a little bit as well. Attacking the primary target, 300% damage. That is up from 290% damage. You're going to chain to 1 adjacent target for 250% damage. Previously, it was a 30% chance to chain to 1 additional target for 240% damage. So now it's a guaranteed chain, and you're gaining a little bit extra damage as well. And just like the previous basic, counterattack does break this chain. So that is Wasp. Those are the reworks. Now, we've seen the kits for Stature, we've seen the kits for Yellowjacket, but we have not seen their base stats, and we have not seen their T4s, what the T4s actually do for their skills. So let's go take a look at that, and then we'll go take a look at some gameplay footage of this full Pym Tech team. All right, here is Yellowjacket in the game, ladies and gentlemen, and his character model looks pretty nice. He is a villain, global, tech, blaster, Pym Tech, and like Ghost, like Ant-Man, like Wasp, also has that aspiring tag there. So pretty much making me think that one of these characters is going to be an event character as we take a look at his stats there and compare him at someone that's this level to the baseline of the game. So health, the baseline health for someone at this star level and everything is still 170. So still a little bit below the health. Not super surprising because he is a blaster. Their damage, right slightly above average of a little bit above that 15,200 average. So his damage is pretty good. His armor is a little bit above that 8,000 average. Focus is slightly below that 6,600 average. His resistance is slightly below that 5,500 average. And his speed is 111. So just like Dr. Doom, 111. And he has, it's a little bit above that 106 average. Let's go take a look at his T4s. Then we'll go take a look at the T4s for stature as well. So what does the T4 do? 70% damage to all attacks on his basic there. So decent for the basic and the bonus. And I'm not sure if this is one you would invest in, but that is what it does. Next is the level 7, stealing 10% extra health from the primary target. So it goes from 20 to 30 with this, and receiving 2,000 flat additional health. So that flat additional health, not very exciting, but stealing an additional 10% extra health, that could be pretty good. So that is what the T4 does for his special. For his ultimate hostile takeover, the T4 does 70% extra damage, and this is attacking the primary and adjacent targets. Not sure, unless you're getting a lot of gold stars, red stars in this character, not sure if this is worth that value there. And let's take a look at his passive and see what is worth it. So while this character has offense up, 20% speed, 20%, 25% drain, that goes up to 25% from 15. So all you're gaining from this passive is a little more drain. I think maybe in the long term, in some longer battles, maybe like a Dark Dimension 4, this could be worth it. But just for some shorter battles, maybe like Blitz, maybe like a war battle, maybe not so much worth it. So those are his T4s. I could just go take a look at stature real quick before we check out the game footage. All right, and here is Cassie Lang, Ant-Man's daughter, the final member of this Pym Tech team that we need to check out stats for before we see them in battle. Health, 136k. That is pretty low, lower than the average of the 170k for characters at this level. So kind of disappointing for a protector. But they're getting a lot of evades, a lot of things, other things from the rest of this character. So that's kind of understandable. Damage is a little low, 14.5. Baseline is about 15.2, so a little bit under that. Armor is 8.6 thousand, and baseline is right about 8,000, so slightly above her, the rest of the crew with armor. Focus 6,500, a little lower than the baseline of 6,600. Her resistance is a little higher, actually a lot higher. 7,800 resistance, baseline about 5,500 resistance. So she's resisting a lot, and where she's very slow is her speed. 65 speed. Dodge chance just like Yellowjacket, 0%. So the ones that are dodging, Ghost, Ghost, Ant-Man and Wasp is the only ones. No, 0% dodge chance for stature, 0% dodge chance for Yellowjacket. Let's go take a look at her T4s though and see which, if any, are worth it. 70% damage to the extra target. This is something I think you could use only if you got some good red stars on this character. She's a protector. I'm not sure if you really need to really up her damage too much. You're wanting her there to take hits, to take that attack. All right. Attacking now, the ability costs 3 ability energy. Now, it's not indicated what it cost before, but I'm assuming it comes down from 4 to 3 with this passive, which makes this very, very important, especially if you don't have the ability to taunt on turn 1. So this is gonna be an important one, I think. We'll see what it is before that, but you're also getting 70% extra damage to the primary target. But just bringing down the ability energy to 3, assuming it costs 4, I think this is gonna be a very important T4 for this character. Next, Pym Particle Punch. 60% damage, the primary and secondary targets, and generating 2 ability energy for self and all Pym Tech allies. Before that, it looks like it is generating 1 ability energy for 3 random Pym Tech allies, so not gaining it all and only gaining 1 random energy. I think this is a very, very important T4 as well. So 2 for stature, in my opinion, so far. Let's go take a look at her passive. 20% focus for self and Pym Tech allies. This one may be important, but I would say wait on this. See if you're having some focus issues, clearing buffs from the other team, removing buffs, things like that. If you're having issues, then do this. And then the last one for Dark Dimension. You're getting extra max health for self and Pym Tech allies. I think this is that part. You could definitely wait until you go Dark Dimension. So for stature, I like the special. I like the ultimate as far as T4s for this character. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and let this footage roll, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I got 3 videos to look at. We're gonna look at one of them, this one in this video, but I also got a different node in Dark Dimension 3, so we can see all of their bonuses start to apply. Also got a war match where this Pym Tech team went up against the equal level Asgardian team in war, and they won. So they look like they have some value, not just in Dark Dimension, but some other game modes as well. And if you want to see that footage, I'm going to have that in the background of the news video tomorrow, but I'm just going to talk about this footage right here. As we see Stature go after Strife right there, taking a look at some of these moves. Who's next move? It is Ghost's next move. Let's take a look at her special. And all right, as much as I don't like the character, her animation, the character model, the animations look very solid. Oh, and there's a new special from Wasp, and it does apply this. That no need for charge for Wasp anymore. Thank goodness. That was also a random thing, even when she was released, and I'm glad they took that off. She would struggle in today's game with that, with having to rely on charge for her to use her effects. Namor toots his horn. Big AoE coming. Can they survive? Do they have evades? Do they have immunity? And it looks like the health is a little low on Yellowjacket there. Health is going down a little bit on Cassie as well. She has a taunt. If she drops below that 50%, Ant-Man is going to taunt as well. And he should be getting some evades from Ghost. And there we go. Let's see the big... Oh, it does not stick. I think they had immunity. I'm not sure. All these debuffs on the field. Offense down. All these enemies are slowed there. Here comes Sabretooth. Resisted. Got a critical hit, but it was resisted. Counterattack there from Ghost. I gotta say, I love 100% counterattack chance. And I'm in love with that Ghost kid. That is looking very strong. 100% counterattack chance looks very good. Sinister clone stature there, and defense up. Oh, spreading all kind of buffs across the enemy Dark Dimension team. This could be trouble. Nice looking move there from Yellowjacket. Look at that. I think I like that animation. Very simple animation, but I think it does well. Ant-Man going small, Stature going big, attacking Stature with her big move, but that does not throw her into yellow health. Ant-Man does not gain that taunt there. And Stature gaining some health back. Boom. Trying to work on that enemy Strife there. Yellowjacket trying to finish him off. And here is Ghost with her ultimate. Oh, big AoE attack. Explosion. Strife's still not dead. So what this team has a lot of survivability. It looks like they have a very low damage still. Some of the damage got increased for Ant-Man, for Wasp. Some of the damage is okay, but overall, doesn't look like they have a lot of damage. Now, granted, this is Dark Dimension 3, where they have a lot of health, but they look like they're going to just be able to survive in this game mode. If we look at their health, back to full health already. So that is kind of impressive, at least for Dark Dimension 3. And possibly this could be a team you want to take into Dark Dimension 4 as well. They're throwing everybody into the yellow. Gotta love that. Oh, and that is so wrong. Ant-Man is attacking Stature, the clone Stature, but still, everybody's going into stealth from Loki. And now it is time. We got evades, defense ups, all kind of buffs going on all around, with our True taking a turn. And it looks like it's going to be the big ultimate move for Wasp, taking out a Loki clone there, taking out some of the adjacent targets. And big move. Oh, that is another move. Looks like he's doing another attack because that enemy got killed. That Loki clone got killed. So doing that additional attack, trying to attack Ghost, but it looks like she dodged right there, which means that everybody should get healed. And yes, there is the health. Not everybody gained health, but Stature, Ghost did, excuse me, because of that dodge. So we got to watch Wasp, Ant-Man, and Ghost. For every time they dodge, everyone should get 15% of Ghost's health back. Attacking that enemy in stealth. Looks like it was Sabretooth. It was Sabretooth. And keep on going through this battle. And I gotta say, I'm impressed. Look at their health. They lose health, they gain health. Oh, there's another dodge, which means more health because of that passive of Ghost. I think if we're looking at passives, guys, her passive, she's got a wall of text for Dark Dimension 4. She's gonna be one of the most important characters, especially on this full team, because a lot of their effects only work on a team of at least 5 Pym Tech allies. And that is all the footage, guys. The rest of the footage we'll take a look at in the weekly news update, in the background of the weekly news update. Hopefully this helps you. Hopefully this helps you get ready for the Pym Tech team coming very soon, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we got more Marvel Strike Force videos on the way. At least 4. Usually it's way more than that. But at least 4 videos on Marvel Strike Force per week, guys. So make sure you subscribe, smash on that like button, join the notification squad, share this with your friends, and I will see you guys next time. Check me out on Twitch every morning. ValleyFlyin 76 is the channel. And yes, stop by, join the Valley Club, guys. It is a fun, positive place to hang out. And check me out on social media as well. Hawk fist bump before you go. ValleyFlyin out.